Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. Well, the way it's going, it's like overnight taste challenge with this stinking daylight savings time, making it dark way past 6 a.m., which is ridiculous. I don't control the, I don't have control over the controls, you know what I mean? Tijuana Oro, introduced in 1962. There's the Mexican flag with the Aztec symbol. Okay, good. Got that done. I think I'm getting updates coming up soon from Windows 11 cumulative update. So we got some things going there. All right, so it says tequila with natural flavors. Uh-oh. Bottled by Wide World Importers, Frankfort, Kentucky. Well, of course, the real name is Sazerac Company, and the real distillery is Buffalo Trace. We love to hear from our customers. Sazerac.com. Email info@sazerac.com. So this was always a Sazerac Company brand since 1962. This liter bottle was $7.99 at Savannah Discount on Louisiana Highway 45 northbound. Here's the competitor. Montezuma, imported Montezuma Aztec Gold tequila, product of Mexico. More with the Aztec thing going. You look at the bottle next. All right. Barton imports Chicago, Illinois. Well, Barton was bought by Sazerac in 2009. So Barton is owned by Sazerac since 2009. Okay. But it's a separate, you know what I mean? They use their own kind of, try to act like it's a separate company. It isn't, I guess. Might have separate operations though. There's the Barton 1792 distillery in Bardstown, Kentucky. That's the main Barton thing. And you have cheap Barton blended whiskey. And then you have the expensive Barton 1792, which some of that could be close to $100 a bottle. These are very inexpensive. Montezuma, $8.49 at Savannah Discount. I paid $8.99 at Mathern, so you're going to get it for less than $9. And like I said, Tijuana, which I've only seen at Savannah Discount, only place I ever saw it. You know what? I want to take that back. It was Discount Depot that I bought it at. That's right. Discount Depot. They had it for like about $8 a liter. Because I always stop at Discount Depot first, then I go down the highway to Savannah Discount. But both of those places you got to go to because there's always some kind of deal. Michael says Oro Cedo Betha. I don't know what that means. All right. So there's M for Montezuma. It's a song. Okay, well, all right. Very pale gold and almost like a brown. There's a brown. So I watched a video review and somebody commented on that, saying that it seemed like it had a brown thing going. More brown than gold, really. Okay. Tijuana, which has no association to Tijuana, except that they're using the name. But that's marketing, you know. Same weird brown gold appearance. Do these have color added? I don't know. I get the impression that they don't. have color added. Because usually when they add the color, it'd be like a bold gold, almost like too, it's like too dark, too bold. Like you say, ain't no way I could get that deep of a color after a year in cheers to you. That deep of a color in just a year in the wood. These might be aged a year. Might be aged a year. But whatever the case, they're not going to tell you much about it. They're just inexpensive mixed toad tequilas. That's all I know. And Montezuma apparently is the #9 best-selling tequila in the United States. Has it won any awards? I don't know. You'd have to check San Francisco World Spirits Competition. That's an irritating website because you can't just key in a word and see if it'll show up. The way they had it, or they might have, maybe they've improved their website, but before it was like, well, you had to click on the year and then they would show the contest winners, all the categories, and you'd have to go through it and try to find what you're looking for. It was very inconvenient. All right. After we finish this tomorrow, my plan is to upload and post a video for Crown Royal Northern Harvest Rye, 90% rye at 90 proof. Crown Royal Northern Harvest Rye. Very nice product. I got it for an incredibly low price, a liter bottle. I didn't even know it was a liter. I thought it was just a 750 when I bought it. I wasn't really paying attention. Once again, at Discount Depot. I wasn't paying attention. I just saw they had this huge display with a sign saying Canadian Crown Royal Northern Harvest Rye for $14.99 or $15.99. It might have been $14.99, but to be safe, I'm gonna say $15.99. No, I know it wasn't more than that. So I said, wow, that's like half price because everybody else got it for $30, $31, $32. So I bought it, put it away, and then when I broke it open this week to drink it, or I mean, to taste it and review it, the bottle seemed big. I noticed the box seemed big. I just thought the box was big. And then I said, I got the bag and I took it out the bag. They have that bag. And I looked, a liter. I said, a liter for $15.99. And if you find it at a liquor store, it's going to be 30 something for $7.50. So it was amazing. And amazing. I don't know how they had, hope it's better than Canadian Hunter Rye. Well, I like the Canadian Hunter Rye, but that's me. But yeah, I think it is better than the Canadian Hunter. Canadian Hunter's got so much like corn whiskey in it that you don't get the strong rye flavor. You do get it, but not like that Crown Royal, which is 90% rye. I mean, Canadian Hunter might be 51% rye. You understand? It's just not a big, heavy rye. But it's mild and mellow, and I was glad I got it, and I got a great deal on it at the liquor warehouse on the old United States Highway 80. Presently, it's renumbered now, Texas Highway 180. But anyway, in Arlington, close to the ballpark, and $11.99 for the $7.50. I said, oh yes, I'll buy it right now. This smells like tequila. It's a demure aroma. It's not a strong aroma. It's agave nectar, blue agave. Probably got cane sugar, 49% cane syrup, and a filler, but whatever. It's nice in the nose. Is it fabulous, great, exciting, and new? No, but it's fine. And it's like a slightly peppery bell pepper, no smoke. Much less of the agave aroma on this nose here. This one is like almost like a neutral aroma, if that makes any kind of sense. It doesn't really, but it's almost like it just smells like standard alcohol, 80% consumable alcohol. Here comes a train. When they're flying too, they do that. They're not supposed to drive that fast to the town, but they gun it if it's like early in the morning like this. They figure nobody's watching, so they. That's not as fast as they do. Like at 2 in the morning, they're really clipping along. There's sort of like a pepperiness and sort of like a spice and sort of like a bell pepper, but it's all so low profile. What is a rye you would consider a base for comparison? Choo choo. I mean, you could just use like Old Overhalt, as your baseline because it's so common. It's about $16 a bottle. But I'm not sure, really. I'm not sure. I'm just thinking that would probably be a good one. It's the oldest, mainline rye whiskey brand anyhow. So, and then you got Jack Daniel's rye, but that's newer. Woodford Reserve rye, but that's newer. This one here that I'm going to have tomorrow, the Crown Royal Northern Harvest Canadian rye, that's newer. It's only 6 years old. Even Hunter rye cannot be older than 1984 because that Canadian Hunter didn't hit the market until 1984. I have to try that one. Thanks. Yeah. And if you notice Old Overhaul, be careful because there's a black, the current one has a red cap, but you might run across a black cap, and they're both 80 proof and they both aged 3 years. But the red cap is the newer version. It's non-chill filtered, 86 proof. That's right there. One's 86, not 80. The old one is 80 proof and chill filtered. Did it make a big difference in the flavor? I couldn't really notice a difference, but people thought it did. And then if you see, there's also a red cap with a red writing on the label, and that's the 100 proof. So keep an eye for that. That's the 100 proof bottled in bond Old Overhalt rye. I've not had that one, but some stores around here do sell it. Not in this town, but in New Orleans area. All right. Um, 10-4 red cap, 42 proof. It is. Yeah. Oh, you mean 86 proof? All right. 43% alcohol. This one's basic. It's got a lot of oak in the flavor though, and I remember sitting at the kitchen table and noticing that the Montezuma had a lot of oakiness. Tastes like wood, not charred oak, but just oak wood. And there were oak trees all over on the ground after the hurricane. Now there's still big piles of them. I don't know. Tomorrow will be a month since the storm hit, and they still haven't picked up the rubble around here. So I don't know how long that's going to take. So that one's pretty good. Is it exciting, fabulous, exceptional, wonderful, great, tremendous? Why would it be all that for $8 or $9? It's just basic. It's kind of a dulled out flavor. Somebody was saying on Total Wine and More, a review, he said, I love it as a mixer. I buy it and make all kind of cocktails with it. Well, that's probably a good value for it. You can get the big jug bottle for $16.99, the big handle. That's the better value. It's probably fine. Now, what about Winn-Dixie tequila? I don't know. Winn-Dixie's prices have gotten so high that you won't save any money getting their brands. You just soon buy a name brand. Now, if you go to CVS Pharmacy, I hadn't been there in a few months. Their prices might have jumped too, but they had their own brand called Grand Legacy Tequila, and I know it's made by Sazerac. There's too many clues to say otherwise. Would that be a good mixer? I guess it's there. I mean, I'm sure people are buying it. I'm not going to buy it because I got too many other main brands I need to get to that people want to hear. And people are not saying, "Oh, let me watch a review for Grand Legacy Tequila." They might watch a review for Salsa or Hornitos or Padron. You know what I'm saying? Patron, I mean, Patron or Jose Cuervo, obviously. And that's understandable. And I'm the same way. I know this is the Montezuma. I'm going to tell you that right now because I said it at the table. That Montezuma has the oak, but it has a strange flavor. I don't know what the flavor is. It's almost like it's not I know it's tequila, but it's like some kind of fruit like orange peel or something. Now this one over here is tequila with natural flavors, obviously allowed. They allow it. It's sold, ain't it? But this one, the Montezuma, I don't know about this one. It's got a weirdness, a very weird weirdness. What up, Ron? Says Beer Hounds. Oh, just tasting some odd tequilas, low bottom shelf. You say, what's below these on the shelf? The ground. That's what's below these, the ground, the floor of the store. Believe me. If I could place that flavor, I'd tell you what it was. I'm telling you, it does not taste like agave. I don't even like agave flavor, honestly. You say, why are you drinking tequila? I don't know. But it's like some kind of orange. Yeah, it's like oranges or lemon. I don't know. It's not tart though. It's weird. But you could try that out because I don't think anybody watching this would have trouble finding Montezuma tequila. You might have trouble drinking it. You might have trouble finishing the bottle, but you wouldn't have trouble finding it. It's very common, probably in every state. But it's weird. It is really weird. Beer Hounds, I'm drinking some epic beers. If I was to describe Montezuma without the palate of an expert, I would say Mr. Boston. Oh, yes. That's another brand that I've started seeing around here, mainly at Total Wine and More. And that's a Barton company, Mr. Barton. Mr. Boston was bought by Barton. And Sazerac bought Barton. So Sazerac owns it. And they have it on their website, Sazerac.com. They have a Mr. Boston area, I do believe. And they give you a link, like you can click and go to Mr. Boston. And they're famous for their bartender's guide. That's really what their money's from, bartender's guide. They make their own lines of, there's all kind of Mr. Boston branded stuff. Mr. Boston tequila, Mr. Boston rum, silver and gold, Mr. Boston spice rum, Mr. Boston blended whiskey, etc. Is it all just a bunch of cheap stuff like this? Well, yeah, you know it is. Is Mr. Boston going to be any better or worse than these tequilas? Oh, probably not. Be the same old thing. Hit that like button and hit that can. Are you learning how to talk again, Ron? I'm trying to learn how to talk again. All right. I was watching a replay of the Arrogant Bastard 19.2 ounce can that David and I did after 3 other beers already, and I was having trouble talking. Like, I knew what I wanted to say. I was trying to say, do you remember when they had all the double oaked bastard and the barrel aged bastard? You know, they had in double, what they have oaked, double. Then I realized they had the Lucky. I remember they had the Lucky, and And I was trying to say, remember they had all these varieties, but I was like, I couldn't get it out. I was like, do you remember they had the little. And my friend David's looking at me like, what's your problem? Well, I told him what the problem was before we started the reviews. I said, we need to eat. I didn't eat any food, and I need to eat some food. And he said, oh, I'm not worried about eating. I didn't ask him if he was worried about eating. I said, I needed to eat. But no, and he was in a kind of a rush, but I said, well, you know, I would like to eat, but so we did the reviews. Well, naturally, at the end, I was like, and I said, let's go watch the Saints game. And I was falling asleep immediately. I mean, I was knocked out. He's like, I'm leaving. I was like, bye. So definitely want to eat. And then I was feeling sick when I woke up. I was sick to my stomach, like, oh, I need to eat. I feel sick now. But I ate food, and then I felt better, and then I finished off the Arrogant Bastard. I mean, I couldn't have finished it without eating. Oh, it was like, ugh. Hypoglycemic. No, because someone keeps ignoring the king of blended whiskey known as Kessler. Yeah. Who is that ignoring the great Kessler? Yeah, so the next time, I don't care what he says. I said, I'm going to eat my lunch, and I don't know what you want to do, and I don't care what beers you have. I was amazed to see that Arrogant Bastard stovepipe can. I haven't seen that beer around in any format in the last, seemed like 5 years. Okay, these two, it's amazing, but I think the Tijuana is better. It's got a less weird flavor. It's got a more standard flavor. It tastes like standard tequila. I didn't say it tastes like great tequila. I say standard, like basic, base model. But not bad. You say with added flavoring. I know it says it on the bottle. What is the natural flavor? It's probably sugar. You know what I'm saying? It's probably the filler. And it gives it some sweetness. But who knows? They won't tell you, but it's natural. It's not artificial flavoring. But would I buy it again? Obviously not, because I got so many other brands to tackle. But would I theoretically buy it again? I mean, yeah, I'd buy it for $8 for a liter, $8.50 a liter. I mean, that's about as cheap as you can get liquor in America. So yeah, no problem. There's no problem with it. It's kind of a bland looking label. It looked like they never changed the label since 1962. They probably didn't, except adding a UPC code for the laser reader. Beyond that, I mean, it's just simple. Montezuma. And they have changed the bottle, not the label, not the label. If you look at the old 1974 advertisement, same label. But they changed the bottle because it used to be square. When Barton owned it, it was square. It was a square bottle. But now it's just the standard Sazerac round bottle with the lip at the bottom. I guess after they bought Barton, they were like, we economizing. We're going to sell everything in the same bottle, except for the Rich and Rare Reserve and the Golden Wedding and all of that, which uses that fancy Canadian embossed bottle. And then their, some of their bourbons will be in that McAfee's Benchmark Old Number 7 Jack Daniels knockoff bottle, like Ancient Age. I don't know what that flavor is. All I can tell you is strange. I know that much. Ooh, it's so funky, like yeast. You know, it is sort of like they went crazy and the yeast did not fully convert to alcohol. That's kind of like what happened. It's almost like it's bread that you eat, but then it's still got pieces of baking soda in it, like it didn't fully get converted correctly. And it's weird like that. So I'm going to say M. Montezuma. Haha, it is. Haha, can't mistake that. Weird. It's not that good. I'll give it a B-, and that's being generous. But it's not terrible. Square bottle for the floorboard of your ride. Oh, yeah, I hadn't thought of that. Ron burped. Oh, yeah, well, I think Kessler is the sleeper bourbon. I agree with that. Kessler is much better than people might believe. Julius Kessler. All right, I got to go. The news is coming on. We'll see what's happening on the news. Thanks, everybody. See you tomorrow morning for Canadian Crown Royal Northern Harvest Rye, Canadian rye whiskey, 90% rye.